Board Games Daddy is back. Today, let's visit Unmatched for King and Country. So, true unbox today. Unboxing because it still has the shrink, and this Unmatched set will include Black Widow, Black Panther, and the Winter Soldier. Here they are. Black Panther is a bit purple for a Black Panther, right? So it will include a map here and 3 characters. There will be some sidekicks. Oh, Shuri is a sidekick and Maria Hill. So I guess Nick Fury won't be a character anymore if Maria is a sidekick already. So let's see what is inside King Country. I hope I didn't scratch the box there. For King, the real name is For King and Country. For King and Country. Or for Wakanda. Wakanda forever. I bet, I'm going to open this now. I bet there will be a card called Wakanda Forever in Black Panther. Okay, so let's open. Well, I did not scratch, so there's Black Widow, Black Panther, Black Widow again, and the Winter Soldier. We also have here Black Widow, Black Panther, Black Widow again, and the Winter Soldier. So Black Widow gets more highlight than the others. So if you're not aware yet, Marvel has already a few sets with Unmatched system. I have all of them in the channel, so you can search for these unboxings. The Daredevil team, the Moonlight, Luke Cage, and Ghost Rider, the Teen Spirits, and this one. And you also have the Deadpool set, which is just one, but I also have that in the channel, and they don't even mention anymore because it's completely out of print. It's a rarity. It's worth a lot of money. The Deadpool set, wow. For a second it looked like Batman there. So the manual is always the same, but includes on the image examples, the miniatures and the cards for this specific set. It's a super simple game, which I won't explain in this video, because it would take a lot for me to explain how it works. And by now, if you're interested in watching this, I'm almost sure that you know how to play Unmatched. So you're just interested to know what is inside. So there's a dial for Winter Soldier, Black Panther, and there's a Shuri here before she becomes Black Panther. Spoiler. Black Widow, Maria Hill, some of the items that you'll use throughout the map, and the map is, these things are loose from the middle of the dials. The map is, oh, the Helicarrier. Where's the name of this? There it is, Helicarrier. Oh, the Helicarrier. Wow. So I was expecting Wakanda, to be honest, because Winter Soldier also appears in the movies as being in Wakanda. The Helicarrier is a surprise. But in terms of making sense, so you have a zone inside, which makes sense. There's a zone here. What's the difference between here to here? It's just the same landing zone, right? And this here, why is this in the middle and this one is in the middle of nothing? And how do you move above the turbines? We move around here and here and around here. I think that's the logic, right? To move around here. Okay. And on the other side you have what I'm always complaining, which is why didn't they include a second map? Wakanda, for example. But no, they have to include the same map but more visible background. And yeah, if you've seen my other videos, you know I'm always repeating this. So cool. Then there are the tokens here, the sidekicks. Let's start by going bottom to top, and we start here with the Black Panther. The black sun drop effect Panther. Does it look bad? It's like prepared to pounce or leap towards an enemy. And there's the deck. So let's take a look. I haven't seen yet what these characters do. I always having reactions on the spot, and that's interesting for one side, but also maybe I say some things that are not incorrect. So let's take a look here. Let's find the Wakanda Forever card. So Black Panther moves 2, Bali as expected. And Shuri is arranged, and he has the vibranium suit. Whenever you boost, you draw a card. Let's see if the boost is just for movement or also in attacking. Cards stored in your vibranium suit can only be used to boost. Cards stored in your vibranium suit. So what is the vibranium suit? When an effect lets you store a card in vibranium suit, place here so the boost value is showing. Okay, so there's a mechanic here. That's the same thing. Same thing, okay. So he has a suit where he can store things, analyze and adjust, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and store it in opponent's deck and store it in your vibranium suit. Okay, what? So you're storing cards of the opponents? And then Central Might. If you won the combat, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and store it. So this is like milling the opponent's deck, that's it, right? During your combat, add the boost value of the opposing fighter's card to the card value, then you may boost this card, and then you draw the card. Wow, so it's very weak, but you can boost almost twice, and you also draw a card from what you see here. And whenever you boost, you draw a card. So adding the boost value is not boosting, only on the second part you take the second card. If you want the combat, move one of your fighters in the combat up to 3 spaces. So that's a very typical card. After the combat you draw a card. And that's Faint. Microwave Mash. You may boost this card. Okay, to draw another card as well. There comes Shuri. Shuri recovers 1 health after combat. If Black Panther is in the same zone, he also recovers. Draw 1 card. If you win the combat, you draw 2 cards. It's very difficult to win a combat with a 1 there, right? So, how would you win a combat with a 1? Unless you are attacking, yes, you can also be attacking with this versatile card. And if the other one doesn't have anything in his hand, move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. They may move through opposing fighters, and you gain 1 action. Sorry, I'm coughing today, so some kind of cough. Tactical remote scanning. Choose an opponent, reveal the top 2 cards from their deck and store them in your vibranium suit. So this thing of the vibranium suit. What the hell? When an effect lets you store a card in vibranium suit, place here so the boost value is showing. And when do you use the boost value here? I haven't seen that card, right? There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. It couldn't be otherwise. There must be a Wakanda Forever card. You may boost this card up to 2 times. Draw a card from Black Panther's special ability each time you boost. Draw a card, yeah, yes. So you boost twice. That's it. And why do you need to use? You may boost this card. So I still don't get it. Still don't get it. Card stored in your vibranium suit can only. Ah, okay. So you cannot. So this explains when you boost, you draw a card, but only cards that you store in the vibranium suit can only be used to boost. Can only be used to boost. Okay, so there are other options here that you can use to boost. Boost value is showing, so you can pick a card. Maybe that's it, but let me confirm here on the manual, because if not, this character is seeming like a little bit weak. Let me confirm that with the Soul Variant Suit. So, Black Panther can store cards from his opponent deck. When you store an opponent's card, place it face up on the Variant Suit like we see here. Stored cards are not considered part of your hand or deck. When you boost, you can use a card in your hand like normal or one of your opponent cards in the Variant Suit. If you boost with one of your opponent cards, add the boost value and resolve any boost effects and place the card in the opponent's discard pile. Whenever you draw the card immediately. Okay. Yeah, so you can boost without sacrifice. Basically, it's boosting without sacrificing your own cards. You use the cards from your opponents, and you also take them out from their discard piles. So, for those decks that go back to the discard, Black Panther is a pain in the ass because it will destroy your strategy. And then we have here the Winter Soldier. It's like the Jesus Christ with the machine gun. Uh-huh. The arm doesn't look like it looks like a normal naked arm. It doesn't look like the metallic arm that the Winter Soldier has. Isn't the other arm? It's the left arm. So I'm confused now. So if it's the left arm, okay. So yeah, so that's a naked arm indeed. And this would be the metallic arm. So I was completely mistaken here. That's a naked arm indeed. You know, I saw the smooth surface and I thought, okay, so that's the metallic thing, and this is like wearing a vest or something. Okay, so makes sense. Sorry, Winter Soldier. Don't punish. I love you. As a matter of fact, it's one of the characters that doesn't say anything to me in the Winter Soldier. I wasn't even aware of Winter Soldier before the Marvel movies, and so I still don't get it. Why is this guy so special? Just because he's friends of Captain America. So he's a ranged guy. Okay, so he shoots from far away, and he was brainwashed. Effects on Winter Soldier cards cannot be cancelled. Okay, so yeah, it's a very poor use. Okay, so everyone has a feint in their deck, so at least that's your protected. But besides that, I guess it looks like a very poor power. What the hell? Black Widow's mission. Why do we have Black Widow's? Is this a mistake? Probably. This should be on the Black Widow deck. Maybe we'll leave this here on the side until we get to the Black Widow. Or let's see if the deck mentions the Black Widow missions. So, Winter Soldier. Ignore any star effect on your cards for the rest of your turn. And you get one action. So, star effects. Star is this star that he has here on the arm. So, let's see what they are. There it is, there's an example. During combat, if Winter Soldier is adjacent to the opposing fighter, the value is 6. Fuck! 2 to 6? Just by being adjacent? Wow. And after combat, your opponent moves each of their fighters up to 5 spaces. So that's good for them to move away. So this must be the catch of the cards. If you win the combat, he recovers 2. Born in the barracks. Complete the mission. Okay, he's mentioning missions, but you may boost this card during combat and after combat deal damage to the opposing fighter equal to the amount of combat damage you took. So if you are attacking, you can boost, but if you are defending, maybe you don't want to boost, take a lot and give it back to the attacker. There's a feint here. Draw 5 until you have 5. Draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Each opponent may draw until they have 5 cards in your hand. So yeah. So this card here, Boy Named Bucky, is how you. This must be the first card you play on your turn because it will negate the star effects on all the cards that you play after. The star effects are good things for the opponent, so you need to use those to negate that. Marksman. Add during combat. Add 1 to discard value for each space between you and the opposing fighter along the shortest path. That's cool. That's cool. So I can see you in the zone very far away. So how many spaces? 5? Okay, 6 damage. Bah, that's a cool one. Program to kill. So you give 4, but after combat, if you won the combat, you take 2 damage. So interesting strategy here. You need to know how to negate the good effects. After combat, you protect against 5, but then you discard 2 random cards and draw 2. Not that bad. Not that bad unless your deck is ending. Reprogram. Choose 3 cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. That's good. Those are good ones, yes. After combat, deal 1 combat damage. Deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter adjacent to each inter soldier. So yeah, I'm close to you, so papa. 6, but after combat, your opponent may draw 1 card. Not bad. Take the card, but also take the 6. So wow, this deck looks cool. This deck looks cool. You have to plan the cards to use in order to minimize the positive effects that you're giving to the other players. Okay, and Black Widow, what the hell is this? She's jumping over an explosion or pile of rubble here. But that's so stupid. She's like, woo! I'm kicking you. Isn't Bruce Lee also this as a figure, like kicking in the air? Okay, so I also hate Black Widow. Sorry for my disease. I also hate Black Widow. I need to be frontal with that. Black Widow. Black Widow is the least empathic character that at least the male population that are fans of Marvel movies like, right? There's a queue of endless heroes that you can prioritize as being your preferable before you get to Black Widow. So it's clearly an attempt to get to the female public, or in Halloween or Carnival to disguise as Black Widow, to disguise your girlfriend as Black Widow, right? That would look good. Yeah, Black Widow. So mission ready, there it is. It's red. So this card here belongs to Black Widow. So he was lost. The card was lost, and so she's ranged. So how come a character that comes with battle sticks is a ranged character? Doesn't make sense. Unless she throws the sticks. Before drawing your starting hand, add the Moscow Protocol card to your hand. Then shuffle your deck and draw 5. Your starting hand will be 6 instead of 5. Okay. So there's a special card here. Let's see what the Black Widow missions say. The Moscow. Let's see first the Moscow Protocol here. Mission: an opposing fighter took damage this turn. Draw 1 card and gain 1 action and acquire a new mission. Okay, so yeah. And you start with this card in your hand. So I guess you play for missions, right? And if an opposing fighter takes damage, then you draw 1 card and you gain 1 action and you acquire a new mission. So maybe the missions come here. These are all missions? How many cards does she have? When you acquire a new mission, reveal cards from top of your deck one at one time until you reveal a new mission. Okay, so they are random. Add the mission to your hand, then shuffle the other cards you reveal back into your deck. If you do not have any mission left, you do not acquire any mission. And what does it say here? It's the same thing. Why is it printed? Come on. It's just for you to not to mistake the card as going to your deck, and you have like a file here for the missions. So the starting mission and then the Budapest Gambit. You have 2 or fewer other cards in your hand. When you do, you draw 5. Each opponent discards 1 and you acquire a new mission. You always have a mission. The Firenze Agenda. Black Widow is adjacent to the opposing hero, so that's super easy. Deal 2 damage to each opposing fighter in Black Widow's zone. The Mandrapur Sanction. I remember these names. Black Widow is in an opponent's starting space. Deal 2 damage to each of that opponent's fighters and acquire a mission. Those were the missions. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missions. Caught in a web. Cancel all after combat effects on your opponent's card. That's good. Double identity. Black Widow and Maria Hill swap spaces. If they do, your other fighter is now the defender. We've seen this card many times. Fake out. If you lost combat, you draw 1 card and you gain 1 action. Fake out. Okay. So you get an action, an unexpected action, you draw, and you, yeah, that's a good one. To force the other guy to use all their defenses. There's Feint, and there's Maria Hill. Acting Director of Shield. Move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. They may move through opposing fighters, then shuffle 1 scheme from your discard pile into your deck. So the schemes are the missions, so you can revisit the missions thanks to Maria Hill. What? Maria Hill is a decoy? Life model decoy. If Maria Hill was defeated, place her adjacent to Black Widow. If you do, Maria Hill's health back to 3. Okay, so she comes back as a robot, but 3 of life. And why would you want Maria Hill? So you can swap, okay. You can fake, you can feint, and you can attack with 4. Okay, 4 is good. Yeah, Maria Hill is useful, yes. Black Widow, the Widow's Bite. If you own combat, your opponent discards 1 card, which is probable you win. 4 here. The opposing fighter may not leave their space for the rest of the turn, the Widow's Kiss. Move the opposing fighter to spaces, and move Black Widow up 3 spaces. Widow Stink. Look at that. 5. Cool. It sounds good. Sounds like a refreshment. Something new and different. And this was for King and Country. I hope you have enjoyed. So I have a playlist fully dedicated to Unmatched where I have all the sets there that you can find in my channel, but also about content for other board games and card games in general. So I truly believe that you'll find interesting content there. Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and considering seeing you on the next videos. Thank you. Goodbye.